Hello, it's Coyote Christina, surfer, author, dreamweaver, here on day 4 of the Amazed and Amused campaign. Amazed and Amused is short for the title of my second book that I just finished at the beginning of this year, Amazed, Amused, and Often Confused, The Journey to Joy. So this campaign is about sharing some of the content of that book with you and going on that journey to joy. We have a weekly yoga pose and breathing exercise that we did on Monday, so I hope you're doing that every day. Go to Monday if you want to learn about that. And today is the full moon. I've got my full moon earrings on, my coyotes, my full moon outfit, and it's the Sagittarius full moon. So I'm just going to read from Spirit Daughter, one of my favorite Insta accounts, even though I don't like to use Meta, but they have a website too, Spirit Daughter, @SpiritDaughter. So this is an email I received from Spirit Daughter about the Sagittarius full moon arriving. This moon has zero patience for the stories you tell yourself about why you can't have what you want. Those midnight worry sessions, the dreams you keep on putting in the back burner. Sagittarius is here to shake things up. This full moon doesn't just illuminate your fears, it dares you to stare them down and choose differently. What happens when you stop asking, what if it goes wrong, and start asking, what if it goes beautifully right? So I really love Spirit Daughter, so I wanted to share that with you all. So when you see, hopefully you get to see the full moon either tonight or tomorrow morning before it sets. Make sure you give it a howl. Ow! I actually haven't seen the full moon. I went last night. It was supposed to be up at like 8:15. It was too cloudy on the horizon. But maybe I'll see it set tomorrow. All right. So if you're wondering who the Journey to Joy is for, or this campaign, what we're talking about, if you're curious about that journey to joy, about moving towards joy, reclaiming your birthright, moving away from the grief and heartache that you might be experienced or have experienced, if you're curious about animal guides, about chakras, our common humanity and inherent dignity, about finding the wisdom within, if you're interested in learning more about yoga and asana practice, grief, trauma, recovery, or body-based tools to heal, grow, and thrive. Those are all kind of main themes running through Amazed and Amused and Often Confused, running through this campaign as well as through the book. And yesterday I was talking about stepping boldly into the light. And when I Googled this, the Google IA gave me the description: an encouragement to embrace new possibilities and opportunities with courage and confidence. It suggests taking a leap forward, even if it means leaving a comfortable or familiar situation behind. And I just thought that aligned well with the Sagittarius moon, and be more aggressive about facing our fears. So let's see, let's go on now. The next thing I wanted to go to is to talk about, so Wednesdays are going to be focused on chakras. So we're going to do a little introduction to chakras today. So I'm going to read from the start of the book, the introduction about mind, body, and energy. The inner journey is psychological in nature, but firmly based in our biology and physiology. Just realizing I think this is the wrong one. Let's try, oh, that's why. Okay, I gotta come back to page 109. Sorry, a little delay here. Another thing is I thought I forgot to publish the post last night. So now the post from day 3 just got posted on day 4. So you have a bonus of 2 posts on day 4. But sorry, I missed the post last night. Technical difficulties, which is really just me forgetting to hit publish. Where are we? Author's note. We want to go to the journey. There it is. There's mind, body, energy. So starting again, the inner journey is psychological in nature, but firmly based in our biology and physiology. The obstacles we face are often physical, stemming from the structure of our brain and our learned behavior that were developed largely outside of our control in the first 20 plus years of life, as well as in utero. Our biology and physiology are shaped by our ancestors' environments and cultures, as well as our immediate environment when we're children and our mother's environment when we're in utero. And if you want to learn more about this, I love Robert Sapolsky, Behave, one of my favorite all-time books. I think my favorite book on biology and brain structure, called Behave, the Best and Worst of Human Behaviors. And he wrote a book on free will, or basically he doesn't believe in free will. It's called Determined, A Life Without Free Will. And so both of those books are just excellent on the biology and physiology of how our environments affect us. As we progress and become more aware, we begin to connect with the energy centers of our body and learn how both our early childhood development as well as the development of awareness in the present moment coincide with our chakras. When I refer to chakras, I'm referring to the 7 main energy centers of the body as described in Anna Deojuta's book, Eastern Body, Western Mind. These main energy centers are located along the spine of the body, as well as the third eye center between the eyebrows and at the crown of the head. I use the term energy centers and chakras interchangeably. Our chakras are in constant state of flux, balancing security and safety with movement and risk, while we explore the world and work to bring about desired outcomes. When our energy centers are balanced, the flow of energy in our bodies is expansive, smooth, and nurturing. We are open to new ideas and new ways of being in the world, and the free-flowing energy through the chakras increases our strength and resilience. When our chakras are out of balance, the flow of energy can be blocked or leaking, causing contraction and resistance. Our energy will be wasted or directed in unhealthy ways that create fatigue or compulsions, making us vulnerable to addictions and other unhealthy behaviors. Each chakra is linked to a foundational aspect of our life that allows us to progress when our needs are met, similar to Maslow's pyramid. An in-depth understanding of the chakras is not needed for a meaningful reading of Amazed and Amused, but the more familiar you become with the chakras, the richer the material will be. And when I talk about chakras, I always try to give enough context without having a huge background in it. But we will start off because I find them fascinating. There are 7 chakras. Once again, this is from Eastern Body, Western Mind, and a Day of Judith. And it just talks, there's a bunch of graphs in here that talk about the chakras. This one shows the basic issues in the elements. So root chakra or the base of our torso is survival. The next chakra, the second chakra, the sacral, is our sexuality. The third chakra at our solar plexus is power. Our fourth chakra is our heart chakra, that's love. The fifth chakra is our throat chakra, that's communication and sound. The sixth chakra at our third eye is intuition. And then the seventh, some people say, I've heard it's not necessarily a chakra, it's more an opening to the divine. So cognition, thought, consciousness. So I just, and they also have, one of the things I really like to look at with the chakras, this is a chart I wrote. Going through it all, trying to keep it all straight. But I really like the demons of the chakras. So we'll go through the rights and the demons. So our first chakra, which is the survival chakra, so that's our right to be, just to be and exist in the world. And the demon is fear. Our second chakra, that sacral chakra and sexuality, and our sensation, all the body sensations, that is our right to feel. So the right to feel our feelings, have emotions. I know growing up in my home, and a lot of people grew up in homes where emotions weren't allowed. You weren't allowed to feel anything besides happiness. So that's wounding to the second chakra. And the demon is guilt. Moving up to the third chakra, which is the solar plexus at the stomach, at the core, the belly button. That right is to act. And the demon is shame. Our heart chakra, the fourth one, the right to love. And the demon is grief. We also hold those in our lungs right next to our heart chakra. The fifth chakra is our throat chakra, which is communication, and that's our right to speak. And the demon is lies, dishonesty. Sixth chakra is intuition, that is our up on our third eye, our right to see, and the demon is illusion. And then the seventh chakra for cognition, and it is our right to know. And that's that teacher within to know for ourselves, to have self-determination when we connect, when we can have all the energy of our chakras flowing and connecting. That is our right to know. And the demon is attachment. So that is a very brief overview of the chakras. There's so much information to go over. This is a really long one, the chakras. That's probably too, I didn't realize the chakras would be that much to cover. So then I wanted to go into, when we were talking about fear, I wanted to go into tiger. Tiger is my power totem. And I thought it aligned well with the Sagittarius moon. And we're talking about stepping boldly into the light. And for me, it's been tiger that has helped me do that. So I'm just kind of going to go through the chapter in my book where I wrote about tiger. Inner strength and determination. There is nothing uncertain about tiger medicine. This feline is the perfect embodiment of elegant power. The tiger is my power totem. He came to me in my dreams in 2017. I'm not sure when I had the dream, but I remember the dream vividly. I was in the backyard of my childhood home, and there was a large cat hiding in the long grass just beyond the boundary of the yard. I did not see the tiger in the grass at that point of the dream, but I could feel its presence. I knew I was being watched. The tiger came to me in the same way as Coyote, bringing a message to my conscious self from the watery world of the subconscious. The tiger was more direct and played an important role in my dream, while Coyote only visited me as a tagline. Perhaps this is because tiger medicine is stronger in me than coyote medicine, or maybe it's because tiger is a lower chakra totem that resides in the physicality of the body and does not have the illusory upper chakra quality of coyote consciousness. Tiger medicine is instinctual but can only be accessed fully and safely through consciousness. There's little that can stand in tiger's way when it wants something. When we have practiced the medicine of ant and prairie dog, reaching a level of proficiency in the ability to be patient as needed and to take adequate time to rest in our daily lives, we are ready to call tiger to our side. Tiger medicine guides us in making wise decisions instinctually and provides the potent energy needed to achieve any goal. The flow of the energy through our chakras must run strongly upward and downward in a continuous loop before tiger will pounce to our side. Once this medicine is activated, we are imbued with a new level of power and patience. Our third chakra must be strong enough to contain both the greatest passions as well as our greatest fears, so that when a feeling of rage or passion or desperation bursts open from our sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra is strong enough to pull this sensation upward into the higher chakras, where anger or pleasure or helplessness can be transformed into productive activity, passionate advocacy, and authentic self-expression through contemplation and wise action. A tiger does not roar softly, it only pounces at the precise moment necessary to kill its prey. When tiger joins us, we have moved past the helplessness we felt as children, and we have rid ourselves of a victim mentality. We are alert, aware of our ability to take self-directed action and awaken to the truth within. Our higher chakras, the throat, third eye, and crown, have developed the discernment to identify the dishonesty and rip it to shreds, devouring the mind of man when it is used to manipulate and control rather than support and love. Tiger medicine is one that requires us to embrace several other animal medicines fully before we are ready for the potency of its primal power. If we honor its power and overcome our fear, it can instinctively lead us to the life of our dreams. But too often, tiger gets tamed and caged, wrapped by strings of submission and servitude, raised to believe that our worth is less than another, domesticated for the orderly administration of society, oppressed by the power of false prophets, We become scared of our own power. We are taught to obey and to be quiet, but the primal instinct of tiger medicine remains dormant deep within. We may find this powerful predator laying lazily on the rug, curled up in the sunlight, seeming to be perfectly content in a glass house where the wisdom within is not honored or recognized. To awaken the sleeping tiger unwittingly opens the door to death. This medicine is not for play. It lays at our core. We have moved past the surface, entering the unknown depths. The heart of darkness is near. This part of the journey is treacherous for those unwilling to acknowledge their shadow side. They face the prospect of being devoured by the primal beast and often become too scared to live fully. The sleeping tiger allows us to maintain our status, maintain the pretense of a life ordained by abusive power structures, more comfortable with being oppressed than with the open savanna of freedom where there is no way to avoid being vulnerable. Some choose to remain in their glass house even when it means living a narrow life that negates the truth deep within. They continually look for escapes to appease the discontent caused by domestication with little regard for the wild. Ultimately, there's no escape, only illusion. For those of us who have learned to embrace the instinctual power of tiger by staring our greatest fears in the eyes with no need to run, knowing we are not in danger while feeling terrified, we have earned a great honor. We work to develop our ability to harness this power rather than be paralyzed by its awesome potential to consume us. Tiger provides tireless discipline and energy, calling us to develop our inner strength and self-confidence to achieve amazing feats, encouraging each of us to stay focused on the things that we are passionate about, be persistent, and never let go of our dreams. The potency of tiger medicine should only be used when a situation reaches a level that requires its powerful, omniscient roar. We should roar for our freedom, for the dignity of all living beings, and for the right to be wild. It is not the subconscious baying of the wolf clan that calls to things that are not seen, but rather an instinctual call that firmly plants us in our physical bodies and refuses to cower. When we are able to know our truth, speak our truth, and live our truth, tiger becomes the ferocious protector of our dreams. I love that. I love tiger medicine. I love its potency and its power. It is scary, but we're alive when we're with tiger, and tiger will protect us, and we need to roar right now, for the record. I'm going to the No Kings on Saturday, so if you have a local No Kings protest, stand up for our democracy, stand up for the people who are being terrorized right now because of their skin color, families being separated. Yeah, it's definitely time to roar. So hope you all enjoyed that. It's a really long one tonight, but it's a full moon night. So yeah, let's align ourselves with the rhythms of nature. Let's become our own teachers and our own guides, and tap into that primal potent power of tiger. Maybe tiger's my primal medicine, but there's other animals and that other people might have. So all right, take care. Bye-bye.